Hi, folks. This is Rick Emmett of Triumph.
This is Mark Merrill, also known as Johnny B. Bad.
Hi, this is a best-selling author. I threw the best-selling in there. Best-selling author Dick Wybrow.
I'm Melanie from Second Shooter.
This is Jeff with Second Shooter.
Hey everybody, it's Brian Allen from Bridges Ablaze.
Hey, this is Sammy Lee, drummer of the band Red Rain.
Yo guys, it's Mark McKay.
Hey, this is Frank Fletcher.
Hola amigos, this is Billy Sheehan.
Hey guys, this is John Karabi.
What's up everybody, it's Logan from All the Pretty Things.
Hey guys, it's Leather Leone.
What's up guys, Cassandra Carson here from Paralandra and the Life Project.
This is Kathy from Music and More Records.
My name's Reggie and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Thanks so much for joining the most amazing twosome out there.
It's time once again for the Weekly Pour, the show that knows everything about absolutely nothing. Here are your hosts, TBT and Ace.
That is us. Welcome. I'm TBT. That guy over there is Ace. Your walls are very pink.
They are very pink.
They're very pink.
They are. I kind of covered them up a little bit, but I am in a new section of Casa Ace.
Casa Ace. Well, if this is your first time joining us, this is episode 112 of the Weekly Pour podcast. We are broadcasting live as we record this episode. We are on Book of Face. We're on the tubes of U's. And either one, if you're watching us on YouTube or watching us on Facebook, be sure to jump in the chat, say hi, so we know that you're there. There's, I don't know, there's a few people in there already and a couple people jumping in to say hi. Of course, Mama TBT is in, and who could forget Nat McFick? I got to figure out who that is, just because, you know, although I do enjoy saying her name, Nat McFick, you know, that's all it is.
Let me clarify, though, two reasons that I am up here.
We're going back to the pink walls now.
Right, two reasons. Everyone that follows this knows all of the issues I have with the internet in my normal studio because it's down in a dungeon. Right. So I have a lot of internet access up here. It seems to be working really well. And also, I'm making room for a guest. So that guest knows who that person is, and we won't talk anymore about it, but I'm making room for a guest.
The guest knows who the guest is. I'm glad that the guest knows who the guest is, because if the guest didn't know who the guest was, then it wouldn't be much of a guest.
Well, it's not ready to be, announced. It's a special
guest. Of course. Yeah, absolutely. Who else just jumped in? Oh, look, the Viper's in already. And just for the record, Viper was first. He was first. He was in here like 20 minutes ago. And of course, Mrs. TBT. Of course she is. Those walls match Ace's toenails, according to the Viper. And I will
How does he know?
That was going to be my question. How does he know? Footfinder.com/Ace.
Right.
There's your next bit of income.
I need a new revenue stream. So, people joke about that. They make jokes, but it's a real thing.
Yeah. And it's holiday time. So you could do Feet Finder and cranberry dressing or wrapping paper or whipped cream or mashed potato. Never mind. Just
stop.
Just gotta quit. I quit while we're ahead.
I want to enjoy my Thanksgiving meal, and I have to think about whose feet be in it or pictured in it.
Yeah, with your pink toenails. I don't know. Sorry for not being here last week.
Well, the thing is, here top of the show. We both survived the election.
Correct.
The world survived. The sun came up.
Yes.
We're all, which is good. And we're here doing this show.
Exactly. You know who's not here doing the show?
Who?
Our moderator.
What is going on with the moderator?
I don't know. I'm texting her right now.
Things have been like slipping lately.
Yeah,
Just a
and
little
not
bit.
in a good way.
Just a little bit.
I just texted her. I said, "Where are you?" Let's see. Yeah. Speaking of the election, just a little bit. For the first time in a long time, and I know Viper will like this, I worked the poll. Poll. Yeah, singular.
A poll.
I worked the poll.
But not my poll. Thank God.
Yeah, I'm done.
What? It's right over here, this poll.
Oh, yeah, you gotta don't tilt the camera over there. Anyway, yeah, like for the first time ever, I worked the polls because I was asked. This is what happened. I'll tell you the story. This is exactly what happened. I was asked if I would mind helping out because
Right.
of just because. And I said, of course. I would absolutely love to help. Help does not mean I am volunteering to be in charge of a certain poll. But guess what? I was in charge of a location, and yeah, we made it. It was fun. Actually enjoyed it. Had a blast.
I bet nobody told you that you were going to be in charge. I bet
it was a week or two before.
I bet they're like, just show up, open the door for people.
Yeah, point a direction for them to go. Go that way.
It's like being a Walmart greeter. Just do that.
Right. Which could be next on my list.
And then, well, yeah, but they work for free, don't they? Do they work for free?
I don't know. I've never asked one.
I know. I never have.
Do they even have them anymore?
You know, they don't. They went away from that, didn't they?
Did they lay them off? How do you get laid off as a greeter?
Oh my gosh. They laid them off to keep our prices low.
Hey, Norm, you're a great person. But we got to let you go. Your last paycheck is next week. And he's like, "Hey, I volunteer."
That's all he's got to look forward to.
Yeah.
You know, is that shift at Walmart where he sits and says hi to people.
Putting on the blue smock, straightening up the name tag.
Got the stickers they pass out to you.
And the little, can you say gun? It's the receipt gun thing to make sure it's true.
Yeah. Right.
Where did all those go?
I mean, man, there's not enough room at hospitals for greeters.
No.
They got the greeter at the hospital too.
Right. You can't even check yourself in at the hospital anymore. They bombard you. Hi, I'm Teresa. Would you like to check in for your appointment? Sure. And then boom, you're checked in. What's your phone number? It's a little early for that, don't you think, Teresa?
We just kind of started here.
Yeah, we just got here, ma'am. I'm only talking about this from experience because that's what happened to me when I went in for my butt check.
Right. Man, that affected you.
It did. It did. I was affected as soon as I walked in and got bombarded. You know, Mama TBT took me, and we get bombarded by the Walmart greeter at the hospital.
Right.
I'm surprised they didn't ask me for a receipt.
Still in his blue smock.
Right. I'm sorry. My receipt is about a foot up my rectum. Shannon, thanks for being here. Yes, you're late, but you're here. That's what matters. Unlike some people, not going to mention anybody's name, Natalie, the moderator.
Shannon's late because she was making a stellar steak for Ace, and I appreciate it.
But you didn't eat it all.
No, I had to jump in here, but it's waiting for me, the rest of it. It's okay.
Okay.
It's
okay. You're still going to, right?
Well, yeah. I don't waste the steak.
Can I show this without showing a name? I don't know. We're going to try, and if I... Okay. Oh my gosh.
So where are you?
Yeah, where are you?
And nothing.
Nothing. It's even in all caps, and when you see something sit in all caps, you know it's serious.
Is she on strike?
I don't know. I heard from her earlier today at about 6:48 this morning.
Is there a moderator strike?
Is there something we don't know about?
Man, I thought you knew all that stuff going on with her.
Well, I don't know about moderator strikes. That wasn't on my receipt.
Well, Digital Viper is a part-time moderator, so maybe he's in the loop. I don't know.
Is he really though?
You keep branding him the moderator.
Well, that's only when Natalie ticks us off.
Well, he says he's trying to contact her as well.
And then he says shameful. Speaking of shameful.
Okay.
Did you see the premiere of the new episode of Yellowstone?
I did not. I've got it ready to watch, but I haven't watched it. Was
You
it
need to
worth
watch
it?
Yeah, Beth's dead.
Well, are you going to ruin it for me already?
No, just that part. There's a lot more story to it than just that. No, somebody in the chat's going to ruin it. I am not. What I just said was a complete farce. But
I have not watched.
Good. It's I mean it's good, but
right.
Boy does it jump around.
Well, here's the thing. How long have we waited? A year at least.
Yeah.
And I've almost forgotten everything that happened. Almost.
I had to watch the last episode to remember what to expect for this episode.
Well, yeah, and I was thinking there would be a recap at the beginning, but that recap might be 10 minutes. There's a lot to filter through. You know, maybe not 10 minutes. Maybe.
I don't remember if there was. Yeah, there was a recap. I'm sure there was.
You know, and going forward, of course, we want to finish the show out as well as we can without Kevin Costner. And I know they explain away his absence at some point in the show.
Correct. In the first 5 flippin' minutes.
Okay. So
after the recap.
You know, I had this discussion just the other day about Kevin Costner, Yellowstone, and some of the stuff going on. So he has this massive divorce he's going through, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's got like one of the reasons I think he wanted to leave Yellowstone. He wanted to make some other kinds of movies that aren't doing well.
Right. Dances with Wolves Part 2.
Yeah, the big long Western that's 4 hours long. There was supposed to be 3 of those. But the first one didn't do well. I also heard he wanted to spend more time at home with the family.
Right. What's left?
Well, this was before the divorce.
Oh. Yeah, maybe she got wind of that and said, no, I'm out.
So now he's paying something like, I don't know, $60,000 a month in child support or $600,000 a month in child support or some crazy number.
I'd marry him for that.
Well, yeah, but...
And then immediately divorce him. Oh, hey, time out, real quick. Look who shows up.
Well.
Yep, look what the cat dragged in. Anyway, as you were saying.
Yeah, as I was saying. So now he's in the midst of a divorce, you know, with a big settlement. I think there's some court case dates coming up trying to hash out how much this woman really needs for child support, you know, to maintain her standard of living, which seems exorbitant. But he also lost money on the movie he made, and I think it was some of his own money that he was invested in this movie, all right? So he's got this gravy train in Yellowstone that he leaves, and now they have to end the show. They can't really carry on too long without him. They've got to write him out of the script. Now I'm wondering if Kevin Costner is like wishing he had Yellowstone to fall back on for some of this money.
And what if they bring him back?
Well,
I guess they couldn't for this season because this season's already been filmed.
It's already filmed. It's filmed and done.
Yeah.
You know, so what do? You know, you committed to ending it, so you got to end it.
I will tell you, he was still on the opening credits. His name. And yes, he has been written out of the show. But he's still listed in the opening credits. I'm curious as to whether or not he will still be listed on episode 10, because I think it was number 9 is what we got yesterday. And, because it's a continuation of season 5 or whatever.
Right. Part
so
2.
I'm curious to know.
I think they will leave him in the credits. NCIS did this forever after Mark Harmon left.
You want to hear something fun?
They left him in the credits for 2 seasons, and it drove me crazy.
I thought at one point that Mark Harmon and Homeboy were the same person.
Well, I can see that. I can see that in a way.
You know why?
There's similarities. What?
Well, and you never see them in the same room.
Well, no, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, now you're just. I was ready to go down whatever path except that one.
See, off your rocker there. Total different thing. I think Mark Harmon is still on. He's still listed as like an executive producer.
Okay, but
now
he was in the credits though.
Yeah,
for 2 seasons. And there were these rumors that he was going to make a comeback. He was just taking a break. He's going to come back, and I thought, well, that's why they're leaving him in those credits. But no, they're just teasing us.
Yeah, it's like Tony and Ziva.
Right. They're supposed to have a spinoff though coming up, aren't they?
Yes.
Right.
There's already a new NCIS Origins.
Yeah, I've got issues with that. But first of all, the title. Couldn't you come up with something a little more glamorous or inventive?
NCIS Origami.
And doesn't Mark Harmon narrate that?
Yeah, sort of, kind of.
Okay. So
not like the entire episode, but like the beginning. Give like a prologue, and then at the end, it's the epilogue of, and now you know why I don't like sand between my toes. The sand went through the hourglass, and now it's on the floor.
Is every episode named after one of the rules? And then we have the story about the rule, like Rule 47. Never.
No, but I will tell you the rules have been brought up. Like, we figure out the origin of the rules.
Okay, I've not watched it. I have it set aside to watch in case I'm in the mood. But I just feel like they're milking that character.
Oh, they are.
And I don't know if that character is going to be enough because you don't have Mark Harmon.
But you do.
Don't you feel like people are more interested in Gibbs as Mark Harmon, portraying that role?
Well, he has to grow into Mark Harmon.
Yeah, well, isn't the guy like 8 feet tall anyway?
7'12".
Well, I got to looking at the height of this guy playing Jethro Leroy Gibbs in Origins, and he looks a lot taller than Mark Harmon. Excuse me. Hello.
Sorry, I just saw something that popped up on my news feed, and it literally just absolutely shocked me.
Okay, it looked like it did.
Are you? Do you have your? Are you available for text?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to send you something. We don't have to mention this because it's just going to start a complete meltdown somewhere. But I'm going to send this to you, and you just tell me whether or not you know who I'm talking about. And you could say it on the air here.
Okay.
I just sent it to you.
Feels very cryptic. Stand by. You know what sucks about doing this? Is that... There it is. Took a minute. No.
You don't know who that is? Well, damn, that ruins the surprise. I'm going to send you the second part of this, and then when we're done, you can look it up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I am beyond shocked.
So maybe it's a good pick, is what you're saying.
Ridiculously unexpected. I can foresee fallout. However, very interesting. Anyway, as everybody's like, what they talking about? What's going on? And Natalie's like, I like sand in my toes.
I will research it definitely when we're done here.
Yeah, for sure. I noticed your Irish shirt that you have on. What is that in relation to?
This is a shirt that is just displaying that I'm Irish.
Oh, I did not know that. The red hair didn't give it away.
It is not a Notre Dame reference, although I love Notre Dame. This is a Kohl's special that I ripped the sleeves off of.
It was Kohl's.
Yeah, it was
great.
Kohl's.
Well,
you imagine walking to Kohl's. You walk into Kohl's, and they only have one ethnicity though. They have this shirt. They didn't have like Italian, you know.
Yeah, you could have been Italian for a day, like next week. Oh, look, I'm Italian. Hey.
Well, and the thing is, I'm not even Irish like I thought I was. I'm like 4%.
Right.
According to Ancestry.
Right.
So
well, I'm
I
just
know where you're going.
Mine,
where
but
you're going.
Yeah, right there. Number 5 team in the country.
Get the Indiana Hoosier shirt on.
Yeah, I'm just going to throw it out there. You almost couldn't see it.
It's hard to see that whatever the wiper thing you got hanging off your chin, mud flap.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't see it because it's camouflage, jackass.
Yeah. It doesn't look camouflage on my end. It looks gray.
Not the beard, the shirt. Oh my gosh, I'm just about done.
Anyway, number 5.
Mama TBT said it's not fair to keep secrets, and she's absolutely right. But because of the direction this show goes, I'm going to keep that secret. Actually, I'm going to text her real quick. I think she'll get this. So Mama TBT, expect a text here momentarily. One of the things that we're talking about before we went on the air was Lita Ford.
Right.
Who I know you're a big fan of.
Love Lita Ford.
Lita Ford has not put out an album since 2012?
2012.
Yeah,
Living Like a Runaway.
Well.
Right. And good record. It was a good record. I liked it.
Yeah, it was.
And prior to that, she hadn't put out one in a long time.
Oh, yeah. So she's come out in she was with Eddie Trunk on a recent interview, and come to find out, her long-awaited new album is coming out. I'm not going to say soon because they still have to master it, but she's finally said, "Hey, we're going to have an album." I'm looking forward to it. I hope it relates. I mean, you know what I mean. Like, I hope it relates to more, Lita Ford-esque.
Right. I agree. The last one, Living Like a Runaway, was very close to, typical that type of Lita Ford sound that we're used to. And I don't see why she wouldn't. There's no reason to get experimental, I don't think. She's always been a heavy rock person. Wanted to, maybe display her guitar skills and things like that. So, yeah, it says right here, there's a lot of great guitars on this new record. I'm really excited about it. That's a quote from Lita. So, I think it'd be good. I think it'd be something to look forward to. Now, if it comes out before the end of the year, when we start ranking albums, I don't think it will, but
no,
I don't think it'll make the cutoff.
No,
but it's good too because Lita's been through a lot. She's been through a lot in her life. With her troubled marriage that she had with can't think of the guy's name at the moment. Nitro singer for Nitro, right? Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Was it Nitro? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Nitro. I can't think of the guy's name at the moment, but that marriage, and the alienation she had from her children and all that sort of thing. So it's good to see her, out on the road. Like, she's been out on the road a lot, touring. And, well, you saw her, correct?
Yeah, last year with Warrant and Bullet Boys.
Yes. And then finally, getting into the studio, being creative, putting something out there.
Jim Gillette.
Yeah, Jim Gillette.
Thank you to Kathy for throwing that in there, and
I knew
welcome, Kathy.
I knew if she was paying attention, she would know what I was talking about because I said Nitro, and she knows.
I want to have my own band, and if I had a band, I have a name of a song. I want to call it the Melon Masher.
Why?
Just because I think it's a badass name, Melon Masher.
No, stupid.
Oh, oh well.
Okay.
Never mind.
But yeah, good for Lita. Looking forward to it. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I do too. It's Lita. I'll give it a shot anyway. So you know how we have what do we have? We have all kinds of like metalcore. There's screaming metal, all this stuff, that you hear. And I know you're not a big fan of metalcore type stuff with the screaming and the yelling, some of which is okay. I think so. Well, there's a point to me bringing this up.
Okay.
There's a song that I caught on the Tick of the Tox. And the reason it caught my eye, or my ear, I should say, is because it was considered hang on, metalcore, moan metal moan, something like that. I don't remember what it was. The name of the song is, what is the name of the song? Primitive.
This is your show.
Well, you play along. Damn it. The name of the song is Primitive. The name of the band is Not Enough Space. It is moancore, is what it is. It is a 4-minute long song. Female singer, vocalist. Let me say it the correct way. Listen to the song.
Okay.
It's called Primitive, and the band is Not Enough Space. I'm going to send this to you so that you can listen to this at some point. And there is a spot, I don't know the exact number, it may be 2 minutes into the song. You will hear something a little bit different. I can rewind it and listen to that spot for hours, or at least till my finger gets tired and my phone dies from the battery being dead. But just listen to it.
So this is a song called Primitive by a band called Not Enough Space.
Correct. So
anyone else in the audience, feel free to cue that up.
Yeah.
Listen to it. If you get to it before I do, let me know what I'm supposed to be hearing.
Because I forgot to write down at what point in the song, but you still have to listen to it. See, Viper's listening to it. He's going to be, what the heck are you guys doing? It's just, I might post a link to it on our social media. I like the song. There's a specific part in there that I like even more, but whatever.
Is this some sort of musical breakdown in the middle? And
no.
Okay.
No, I mean, nice try, but no, not at all. Hey, you know what yesterday was?
It was Veterans Day.
Yeah, it was Veterans Day, but that's not what I'm talking about.
No, it was Monday.
Okay, don't care. It was Mrs. TBT's birthday, so I have to wish her a very happy birthday the day after her birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Yes, she turned 26.
Man, you were robbing the cradle.
Thank you. She turned 26 and we've been married for 25 years. Anyway, whatever. So yes, yesterday was Veterans Day and I was doing a little digging, kind of looking at like some musicians who have served in the U.S. military. And there's a bunch of them out there, but there are some in here that I think a lot of people won't know or like would be surprised. Because I was surprised.
The first one that is on this list?
Yeah. I was waiting for you to say it.
Maynard James Keenan.
Yeah. James Herbert Keenan.
I never even thought about him being in the military.
Yeah, joined the Army in hopes of eventually going to art school. His military stint is actually where he picked up the name Maynard.
It sounds like
it totally does.
That you would pick up in the military.
Yeah. There's a bunch of others on the list, of course, ones that people know, like, Johnny Cash, Elvis. But who knew that Jimi Hendrix was in the military?
Oh, I thought that was common knowledge.
I thought it was too, but somebody was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." Well, how about Ice-T?
That man, really?
Yeah.
They were way too cool back then.
Right? I wonder if this was before or after the Breakin' soundtrack. See how we come full circle? Anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're a big fan of that.
Yeah. Fred Durst. 2 years in the Navy.
What?
Yeah, 2 years in the Navy, but he left at the age of 20 to start a career as a tattoo artist. And yet he ended up being a rock star.
Well, yeah, and other things that he does on stage to get people fired up.
Yeah. If you listen to All That Remains, the vocalist Phil Labonte, he joined the Marines in 1993. Unfortunately, wasn't able to complete his entire tour or his contract, if you will, because he sustained a bad ankle injury and got a honorable discharge. Well, of course, if it was a medical thing. He didn't get a big chicken dinner. That's what we call a bad conduct discharge.
Why is it called that?
Because it's the same initials. Bad conduct discharge, big chicken dinner. You never want to get a big chicken dinner.
Oh, well, I like chicken.
Well, not in the military, you don't.
Probably
There's
right.
a lot of it. John Fogerty, Army.
Right, and I believe he wasn't the only one in CCR that was in the military.
Right.
I believe most of that band had been in the military. If I'm right.
Viper just said that the song was different. My question for you, Viper, is: did you catch exactly what I was talking about? Did you catch that point? If you say yes, great. If not, well, sorry. You got to listen to it again. Who else did I see on this list that was surprising? Oh, he says, "Oh, yes, I've heard that many times." No, you haven't.
BB King was on your list.
Oh, Chris Henderson, Three Doors Down, the guitarist. He's a Navy veteran. I mean, the list goes on and on with just a bunch of people, but I was more impressed with Maynard James Keenan because maybe I knew that and forgot about it. And then, of course, Fred Durst. But
Jerry Garcia?
Yeah.
Really?
It's before he made ice cream.
I mean, anyone from the Grateful Dead you don't associate with being in the military at any time. At any time. Now he says in here that he was forced to join as punishment for stealing his mother's car.
Yeah, but then he was given a general discharge later the same year because of his lack of involvement. So he just kind of hung out and he's like, "Yeah, I'm done."
I mean, at what point did they give up on you and they say, "You know what, this ain't going to work"? I mean, was he berated? Was he thrown in the brig? Was he, forced to KP duty and didn't do any of it? I mean,
yeah, nope. I'm not peeling potatoes.
That's almost sounds like genius.
Yeah, I mean, you go to the countryside. Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson joined. He was in the Air Force for 9 months. It still counts, but he got discharged for having back issues. We've already said BB King. I mean, there's a bunch, but I just thought it was interesting, especially when we just had Veterans Day. So it's important to salute our veterans, of course, and to just kind of throw it in there because here we are with rock and roll veterans.
Well, it's interesting because you don't think of people in the military and rock star. You just don't associate the two.
Right.
And I'm sure a lot of them don't make a point to talk about it just because they're focused on being rock stars.
Sure.
But, And probably some are a little more open than others, but fascinating. Ray Manzarek is on this list of the Doors. Never thought anyone in the Doors would be in the military.
Yeah, here's one. Bruce Dickinson.
I need more background on that one.
So Bruce joined the Territorial Army, which is a part-time voluntary force of the British Army. It's kind of like the reserves, I reckon.
Okay.
But he didn't feel it was a career choice and left after 6 months to pursue college of music. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I thought maybe you were going to say he was in the French Foreign Legion, whatever that is.
No, he's not French. You're freaking Irish Italian.
There's the French Foreign Legion that people bring up because it's hard to track out what that is. And then what's the other one? The Merchant Marines. I was in the Merchant Marines. Okay, whatever that is. Because we can't really track that one down either.
I can tell you all about the Merchant Marines.
I know you can. But you probably just make it all up.
That doesn't matter. That's okay.
Because it's stuff that people use to just keep up their resume.
Right. I was in the Merchant Marines. So if you're in one
pickup, it's a pickup line.
Yeah. Hey, baby, you ever dated a Merchant Marine? No.
That's right.
Well, I go fishing for mermaids.
And guess what? I don't have to prove it either.
Yeah. You just take my word for it, baby. It's like, never mind. Anyway, I'm going to get way off course here. If you are in the following 10 dates, cities, places over the course of the spring and summer of 2025, these places are being billed as small towns. You are going to get to see Kid Rock as he gears up for the second installment of his Rock the Country Festival with co-headliners Nickelback. This is no ordinary music fest, folks. And what's being billed as small towns, like I said, 10 different dates across the spring and summer 2025. An impressive list of country and rock headliners are scheduled to perform, with Hank Williams Jr. and Leonard Skinner serving as additional headliners at select stops.
Okay.
This is kicking off on April 4th and 5th in Livingston, Louisiana. The festival for We the People, Rock the Country 2025, Kid Rock, Nickelback, Hank Williams Jr., Leonard Skinner, Travis Tritt, Gavin Addock, Aaron Lewis, Tracy Lawrence, Treaty Oak Revival, Big and Rich, Ella Langley, Upchurch, Old 60, Jody Messina, Hudson Westbrook, Logan Crosby, Little Texas, Them Dirty Roses, Kentucky Headhunters. Let me try that one again. Kentucky Headhunters.
Wow.
There is also a throwback happy hour that will feature Diamond Rio, Shenandoah, Mark Chestnut, Lee Greenwood, God bless USA, Sammy Kershaw, Neil McCoy, and Strawberry Wine, Dina Carter.
This is 90s country heaven.
Yeah. I'm not done.
Oh, no, you're not.
There are house party sets by DJ Silver, the Yin Yang Twins, Rehab. Yeah.
Because I need it.
Everybody's favorite, Afro Man.
What?
Yes, sir. You don't remember Afro Man?
No.
You don't remember Rehab?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna do some schooling for you later.
This is interesting because Nickelback is co-headlining, and
look what Natalie just put.
I see that.
Kid Rockleback
2025.
That's fun. That's hilarious.
But we got a mutual friend that whenever we discuss concerts, that shows he wants to go to and I want to go to, it always comes back to, I wish Nickelback had come back through. Like, they just came through not that long ago. You just saw them.
Yeah.
Just saw them. I wish they'd come back. Okay, they will, but I mean, it's every time we talk, every time.
Yeah,
without fail.
Right.
So now I can tell him Nickelback is coming back with Kid Rock and Hank Williams Jr. and Leonard
However,
Skinner
you'll have to
and
let
Afro.
him. You'll have to let him know that it's only in 10 select cities, 10 small towns, 10 massive shows. April 4th and 5th kicking off in Livingston, Louisiana, followed by Knoxville, Tennessee, Poplar Bluff, Montana. That's what we're going with. Ocala, Florida, York, Pennsylvania, Hastings, Michigan, Little Rock, Arkansas, Ashland, Kentucky, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and then winding up July 25th and 26th in Anderson, South Kakalaki. If you want more information, please go visit rockthecountry.com and do your research to know who Afro Man and Rehab are. You don't remember the Bartender song?
No.
Really?
No.
That's Rehab. Afro Man, but his song was High.
Is this like the hippity hop stuff?
Sure.
Okay.
You don't remember Because I Got High?
Oh, I do remember that.
I used to go to class, but I got high.
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. I do remember that.
That's Afro Man. And yes,
Thanks for
he has an afro. It's important. You got to know these things.
My brother had an afro in high school.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So one of the biggest things coming out here lately, I just got the other day and was reading through it, and I don't know what to think. 4 days ago, they finally released the 2025 Grammy Award nominations.
Okay.
Of course, that includes rock, metal, and alternative, all that fun stuff. The 67th annual Grammy Awards will take place on February the 2nd, and that will be from LA. Rock, metal, and alternative nominees include, for Best Metal Performance, Cellar Door from Spirit Box.
Okay.
Crowd of Horns from Judas Priest.
Excellent.
Gohira with Mariana Viata and Victor Lesmail with Mea Culpa. My favorite band in the world with their tune Suffocate. Of course, I'm talking about the Knocked Loose featuring Poppy. And Screaming Suicide from Metallica.
Oh, wow.
So basically, it's down to Metallica and Judas Priest.
Well, what's really cool, though, is
Gojira is so good, though.
Spirit Box, though, has been getting a lot of...
they're really good, too.
They've really had a nice push, to use a wrestling term, in the last year and a half. Nice push.
Yeah.
So good for them.
Best rock performance went back a little bit. St. Vincent with Broken Man, Pearl Jam with Dark Matter, Idols with Gift Horse, The Black Keys with Beautiful People, Green Day, The American Dream is Killing Me, and the Beatles, Now and Then.
Okay.
I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
The Beatles.
Well, they're legendary.
However, you can't tell me there wasn't another rock band like Skid Row. I did that for you, Viper. More deserving than the Beatles for best rock performance.
Well, it's really cool, though, because they were able to digitize this with AI.
Right, so now give them a fake AI award.
And complete this song that they've had kind of sitting around. That was a big deal. And I'm sure it's epic. It's the Beatles. Everything they touch is gold.
I'm sure it sucks because it's the Beatles.
You are going to, get the wrath of all the Beatles fans. Beatlemania.
Whatever. Fine. You know what I won't get? I won't get trashed for bashing Kiss drummers.
Oh gosh, don't ever say that Eric Carr is not a good drummer because you will get death threats.
Death threats. Yeah. Best rock album. I'm not going to name the albums, but the following bands are up for best rock album: Green Day, Idols, Fontaine's DC, The Rolling Stones, Pearl Jam, and The Black Crowes. I'm going to have to listen to that album.
Yeah, the Black Crowes record that came out got great reviews. Great reviews.
Yeah. I'm going to have to listen to it. I will readily admit that I did not listen to it.
And you said the Stones was on that list as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great record.
Okay. So record of the year. I want to tell you right now, I'm pulling for the Beatles.
Okay, because you'll probably be right.
The Beatles, Sabrina Carpenter, Charlie XCX, although I would take Sabrina Carpenter anyway, and Beyonce in her country album. No. I'm going for the Beatles.
Which Sabrina Carpenter song is it?
It's record of the year, so it's Espresso.
Okay, the whole record. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
Because I
didn't even know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to think about it. I haven't been able to digest this whole list of nominees. Am I thankful that we've got a Judas Priest, a Metallica, and a Gojira, and Spirit Box? Sure.
Exactly.
But some of these ones with I don't know, best rock album, I don't know. This is kind of like the MTV Video Music Awards. Number one, didn't know that videos were still being made and that anybody was paying attention, especially MTV. But I don't get some of I don't get it. To me, this is as bad as choosing who goes in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who's choosing this stuff? It's not the listener.
Because, I mean, now granted, you and I don't know everything about some of these bands. Like, I don't know any Fontaine's DC. But maybe I should listen to it to find out why it's on this list.
Yeah.
But then I also wonder, why isn't Judas Priest on this list with that fantastic Invisible Shield record? You know, why isn't Sebastian Bach on here?
Oh, yeah, but those are this year's albums.
Okay, so what's our date? How far back are we going?
Well, let me just do this. Let me say, let's say Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter. This is only because I want to look at a picture of her. Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso. I'm going to see when it came out. So, damn. It's 2024.
Okay, because the Stones record has been out a year, but I mean, they may go December to December, November to November. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, August 23rd is when Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet album came out of this year. So yeah, where are those at? Where's the Sebastian Bach, the Judas Priest? Where are these albums that we're getting? Just, you know, that I know I'm just putting on repeat. I was just listening to the Sebastian Bach album again Friday when I was sick at home mowing.
So if Metallica can have a song on this list for best rock song or whatever,
yeah,
why aren't they nominated for rock album? It was our album of the year last year, 72 seasons.
Yeah,
and I don't get it. Pearl Jam's going to be on this list because they're a critical darling. We know that.
Yeah.
You know, and they have a shot at winning this. I mean, Green Day, they're also a critical darling of sorts. I'm surprised the Crows are on here. I'm glad they are.
Yeah.
But I don't know who Idols is. I don't know what that is.
But think back, you know, a long time. Think back to 1992. 1992, Anthrax was nominated. Megadeth, Metallica, Motorhead, Soundgarden.
Right.
Bands. Metallica won for the Black Album that year, but I'm looking at this list and I'm trying to see where things went haywire. And I'm even 96, we had Metallica and Megadeth. We had Pantera and Korn in 97 when Rage Against the Machine. Let's see how far I can go.
Godsmack put a record last year.
Yeah.
Not on this list.
I don't know what happened because I'm at 2004. So we're talking 20 years ago and we still had, I don't want to offend anybody, but we still had good bands with good albums on this list. You know, I don't care if they're offended or not. Hailstorm back in 2013 again with Iron Maiden, Anthrax, Lamb of God, Marilyn Manson, Megadeth.
Okay,
Hailstorm won.
Iron Maiden just put a record out a year ago.
There you go.
You know, so why aren't these bands being recognized for still churning out good product? I mean,
yeah,
what we're naming it's not crap. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, does it hold up to what Idols did or DC Fontana or whatever? I mean, I don't know.
Hey, Striper put out an album, and it's good.
Sure, it's good.
I don't know. I'm just going to get frustrated because now I'm going to go to something else that has got me fired up, and that is Pollster. They have come out with their Tour of the Year nominees, and I am appalled. Appalled, I tell you.
We discussed this a little bit before.
Yeah.
The show.
Nominees were announced in multiple categories, including Rock Tour of the Year. There were rock and metal nominees in multiple categories, and the winners will be announced on February 19th, 2025, during the Pollster Live conference. So, you want to know who was nominated for the Rock Tour of the Year? I'm going to say this again. Rock Tour of the Year.
Okay.
Blink 182. Bruce Stringbean. Coldplay. Foo Fighters.
I thought Coldplay quit touring because the world was going to burn or something.
No, I think those were just lyrics from a song.
Oh.
Green Day and Metallica. I know who I'm going with.
Sure.
However.
Well, okay, I know where you're going with this. So Springsteen has been around for a very long time. And when he tours, it's a big deal. It always is. But what makes this tour exceptional as opposed to any other tour that he's done? What makes this one exceptional? We just had a huge reunion of a band from, the 90s and 2000s, Creed, that, gosh, they sold out everywhere. And they put on a great performance. You and I were there. Creed's not on this list.
You know who else is it?
Who else is not on this list?
Sammy Hagar.
Sammy Hagar's tour, and that was a huge tour. Sold out everywhere. Went to Japan. Sold out 3 or 4 shows there.
Yeah.
So Hagar's not here. Green Day's not here. I mean, Creed. I'm kind of shocked. So what's so great about the Blink 182 tour? I know that was a big one because the people were getting really amped up for that. What makes the Coldplay tour so big?
I don't know. So those are major tour of the year. Coldplay, Morgan Wallen, Noah Kahan, Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift, Zach Bryan. You know Taylor's going to win that. I've already given you Rock Tour of the Year. There's also hip hop. There's R&B. There's pop tour. Country tour. Country tour of the year includes. This is going to be a tough category, I think, just based on everything we've read in the past year. Chris Stapleton, Jelly Roll, Kenny Chesney, Lainey Wilson, Morgan Wallen, Tyler Childers, and Zach Bryan.
Right, because the Morgan Wallen tour was huge. The Chris Stapleton tour, of course, that was with George Strait. So you had fans of both of those artists showing up for that one. Those tickets were exorbitantly expensive.
Right.
Now Jelly Roll, man, I can't call it country. That's my thing with Jelly Roll. You're just jumping on a thing, but I mean, whatever. But Lainey Wilson, she's kind of up and coming. I'm not sure if she would win a Tour of the Year, but she is up and coming. She's a big deal. But it's not a bigger deal than the Morgan Wallen one. And you know who's not on this list? Is my boy Luke Combs.
Right.
He had a huge tour right in that same wheelhouse.
Yeah. Now there's one category, new headliner of the year. Those nominees included Chapel Roan, Charlie XCX, Fred again, Gracie Abrams, Sabrina Carpenter, and my personal favorite, Sleep Token. Great to see them nominated.
Good.
Now, one of the things you will find, and I'm pretty proud of this, is that when you get to, and I don't know who did these polls again, how many times are we going to mention the word poll in one podcast? Anyway, one thing I was happy about was the fact that the Weekly Pour podcast was brought up in the conversations for top podcast.
By us.
Well, no, I mean, it was kind of sidebar. It was the whole conversation revolved around that the Weekly Pour podcast would never be, I left some words out, would never be nominated for best podcast. But still, it's still a pleasure to be in the same conversation. I mean, that was a good thing, I thought.
There's a category for residency of the year.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Because you set up for 2 weeks or a month in one place and people come to you and you get an award.
Yeah. I mean, there's arena of the year.
You know who's not on the list for residency of the year? Aerosmith.
Well, I don't even know what to say to that one, but you're right. It's an exhausting list.
It's huge.
Yeah, there's so many different nominee or categories.
There's a category for arena of the year, not arena tour.
Right.
Arena of the year in the U.S. or outside of. So Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky is on this list.
Right.
Now, when you're on a list with the newly opened Sphere in Las Vegas, I don't think that Rupp Arena is going to hold up to that. Or Madison Square Garden.
No.
I mean, those are legendary places, like the Forum in Inglewood.
Yeah.
It's on, but the Sphere, I mean, that thing is a projection ball on the outside. I mean, it changes configurations and pictures and movies and.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to compete with that.
No, the most important thing they need to do with that Sphere, by the way, totally off topic, but yet the same. Why has it not been made into a big ass Death Star?
It has. I thought it had.
I thought that was just a meme that I saw on the Facebooks.
Oh, well, I don't know, but I think that would be a logical thing to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, if you could do a big smiley face and a basketball.
Speaking with
head on it.
Talking about, I'm getting blasted with text messages about it.
See?
I'm getting blasted from people.
Yeah. I had to, I sent it to Mama TBT. I don't think she's either read it or she has read it, but I think she's still in shock. But it's, I got to go back and look at all this stuff that the Vipe said.
Right.
Do you think Beyonce will play? No, she will not. The amount of wit to is astounding. Sully Erna and Godsmack did some fantastic vocal. You are correct, Viper. Sully Erna from Godsmack did some fantastic vocals on Corey Mark's tune "Make My Country Rock" not long ago. Wasn't that the one with Mick Mars?
And Mick Mars.
Yeah, it was good.
That was great.
Stitched Up Heart. Sully Erna. in the middle of one of the tunes. Fantastic. I don't know.
You know, I mean, and again, gosh, you got me going on records and all that. But both of these lists that we're talking about just really kind of snub real rock or rock that we're very familiar with. And I mean, but we're getting so used to it. It happens all the time.
Yep. And it's just
getting
worse and worse and worse.
We got a bone thrown to us with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I don't know if we'll ever get that again, because that was a lot of rock, a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if we'll get anything like that again, and we're not getting it with these two lists, that's for sure.
Yeah. We've reached our limit for this week. We will be back next week, of course, for another episode of fun stuff. I've been bugged at least 4 or 5 times from Natalie about this whole stupid secret. So I figured I'm just going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. It doesn't say what time, but I'm going to say it was around 7:20 probably that we found out